Jaya Shivarajaya here from vitalcoaching.com. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and the topic for this video is, where are all the men? The answer is right here, right on this planet. You know, there is a narrative that is going on right now online and in social circles, in conversations, that somehow men have a problem. You know, that somehow they are back, they are not good enough. And I want to tell you that here is my experience. I don't know where you live and I don't know what you experience. You know, you have your own unique experience, and that's fine. But where I live, you know, I'm surrounded by brothers and men who are freaking powerful. They are game changers, they are compassionate beings, they are leaders, they are activists, they are scientists, researchers, consciousness explorers. You know, I mean, I look around me and those guys are strong brothers who respect the women in their lives, who are committed in their relationships, who are incredible fathers, you know, powerful teachers, powerful coaches, powerful beings. And this idea that somehow men have to be blamed and that there is this whole wave of gender discrimination hitting male kind, I don't recognize that at all. From the time I was a teenager, I've been surrounded by men, by, you know, teenagers around that time, but guys who are freaking powerful beings. You know, creators, scientists, leaders, business owners, engineers, creators. So that's my experience. I don't want to blame you if you have a different experience, but that's my experience right here where I am in Bali right now. I look on the dance floor, I look around me, and every man I point at, I could give you like 10 incredible qualities that this guy has. And you might say, well, that's through the filter of my mind, my experience. Yeah, this is what it is. Me as a human being, me as a man, this is how I experience the men in my life. They're freaking awesome, they're freaking powerful. They deliver. They show up for each other. We give each other hugs. We love each other. And we love the women in our lives. We adore them. We show up as human beings. We show up as men. So the answer is, where are all the men? It's right here, right now. And if in your life, you know, if you are a woman and you are frustrated with the men in your life, I understand. Guys can be idiots as well, okay? They have shadows, they can sometimes have flaws and stuff. But the whole conversation around men, what's wrong with men? Start looking at what's right with them. Instead of being this whole kind of dialogue and conversation where men are being put down, castrated, you know, fuck, it's intense, you know. This is called gender discrimination, gender blaming. You are free to have whatever discourse you want to have, okay? Whatever narrative you have around that, that's your choice, that's powerful. I'm going to give you simply mine, and I totally respect you if you have a different narrative around that. I don't have to force my beliefs on you. You don't have to listen to this video, you don't have to listen to these ideas. But it could very well be that, you know, you might be tired of your narrative. You might be tired of being like, okay, whatever I'm doing right now is not working. I want to create a bonded, strong, powerful relationship with the men in my life. Where do I start? Okay, if you are a woman and you are in that position, or if you're a guy and you're in that position, I tell you exactly where you start. You start with changing the self-talk and the conversation that you have in your mind around men. If you approach men and you're like, I fucking hate men. You know, they frustrate me, they drive me crazy, you know, and so on. And you go like, I love men. Here is 5 reasons why I love men. 5 things I love about the men in my life. 5 things that men in my life did to me that were incredibly beautiful, powerful, uplifting, empowering. Okay, just do that. Just start writing and changing your narrative, because every thought that you project, every idea that you have in your mind, in your auric field, is going to project something out, and it's going to attract exactly what you're projecting. It's like you get more of what you focus on. It's really that simple. You can create your reality. And if your reality is, let's blame the male gender, Okay, let's blame the complete totality of the male gender. If this is your narrative, again, it's fine. But realize that if this is your narrative, this is what you are going to attract. You are going to attract assholes. You are going to attract idiots. You are going to attract immature men who are going to treat you bad and be abusive with you and so on. So I tell you something, it is that I'm surrounded by powerful, incredible men. Do these men have shadows? Yes. Do they have flaws? Yes. Are they perfect? No. No, they are not perfect. They might forget your birthday. They might not show up at a time where you need them. They might be disrespectful at some moment. They might, they might do stuff. They might do shit that is part of what is called being human. Okay? Don't expect men to be perfect. The perfect man doesn't exist. Okay? Men are human. And we can look at that, from the perspective of male-female dynamics, but also from the brotherhood kind of perspective. If you are a man and you are listening to this video and you don't know how to connect with men in your field because you feel there is rivalry or competitive patterns and so on, that's fine, that's okay. But here is what you can do is really send out a signal that validates the guys in your life. Okay, so again, instead of being like, what's wrong with men, start creating a narrative which is what's right with them. What are they doing right? Because it's easier to educate somebody by pointing out to the good things rather than keep on blaming for the bad things. And so, the gender discrimination, the gender blaming, it's a distortion. It's not very different than blaming or discriminating any group on this planet. Discriminating somebody by race, by gender, by age, it's still discrimination. It's still a story. And it's the same when it comes to the idea that somehow women are more evolved than men. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Where did that idea come from? Oh yeah, women are better at certain things than men. Yeah. That doesn't make them better human beings. Men are better than women are other things. We complement each other in many ways. There are certain things, certain traits that women are really good at. And certain traits that men are really good at. But that's it. Women are not superior to men. Men are not superior to women. We are humans. Let's go back to this essence, to the fact that we are energy beings, to this place where we look beyond the gender thing. So you ask me, where are all the men? The men are right here. They are beautiful beings. Embrace them, love them, give them this validation, this respect. And if you're a guy, of course, we could do the same video the other way around. For you guys who are playing the blame game on female consciousness and on women, it's the same story, but right now I'm addressing this one. Where are all the men? Because it's something that came in my field, multiple times. It's like I want to give an answer to that because I feel that the way forward is love each other, respect each other. And the next question, okay? The next question is, do men need to evolve? Yes, of course. This is not the end of our story. This is not the end of our evolution. Are there certain aspects of men right now, or humankind right now, that are fucking up the planet? Yes, absolutely. We can evolve. We can keep on moving forward together as one human race, as genders, as males, females. We can keep on evolving. Is the female at the end, at the peak of its evolution, perfect in its mastery of her female patterns? No! There is lots of immaturity in the feminine as much as there is lots of immaturity in the masculine. Let's acknowledge that. And if you go like, no, there is a difference, I go, how? It is through the filter of your own mind that you measure that and you pinpoint and you say, well, let's blame, one of the genders for the things that we don't like, but this blaming and this directing, it comes from an experience. You know, here is how it works. I'm going to make it specific, right? You're a woman, you have a man in your life, that man cheats on you. And then the story is, what's wrong with man, okay? This is called a cognitive distortion. It means that you suddenly put all the men within the same category, and you assume that that action that this man performed, all humankind, all male kind is responsible for that action. Okay, is that true? Like, are you going to project what one man or two men, or even if it's 10 men or 20 men, did to the totality of the male kind and project that? No, this is called cognitive distortion. It's an overgeneralization. And I know that sometimes it feels really good to blame, okay? I'm not saying that it doesn't. I do that sometimes as well, you know, I'm not perfect in that. But let's change the dialogue, let's change the story, okay? Here are the facts. You're a woman, there's a man, that man cheated on you, that's it. Everything else is a story that is built around that. Okay, so you can see that there is lots of fire, lots of energy, because what I would like, really, this is my deep wish, is that we make this work as human race. And the blaming discourse, the blaming narrative doesn't work. Whether it's blaming one person or one, it doesn't work. We need to do better. We need to enter into patterns where we validate each other. We go like, wow, here are 5 things that I like, and here are 5 things that you could do that might evolve you. Are you open for my feedback? Okay, so if you look, again, go back to the men in your life, you go like, okay, give me 5 things that specific men could change in their lives, that would make them a better person. Yes, you can totally do that. You can give feedback. If they are open for it, you offer reflection. You say, here are 5 things that bother me or that challenge me in my life concerning men. Here is what I would like to see evolve. But basically this blanket thing of let's blame the totality of male kind, not giving them a chance, no matter how hard you try, you are going to be, you know, projected this stuff. It's like, it's really nonsense. It's like it goes too far. So let's stop on both sides, okay? Both from a male perspective and from a female perspective. The blame gaming games. Gender discrimination, it's not fun, it's not cool. We can do better than that as human race. So if you catch yourself, you go like, oh, interesting, that's the pattern that I'm expressing right now. That's the pattern. So what can we do to overcome that? Well, sometimes it's looking beyond the gender and observing the narrative, the places where you are distorting reality, where we are actually creating a story that is not actually true. You know, maybe for instance you see this video and you go like, I am creating a story right now. Maybe it's not your experience at all, you know. Maybe you are a woman who is absolutely, completely happy with the man in your life. Maybe you are a man who is surrounded by beautiful brothers and you feel the same thing, you know. But the idea is this: take a step back and observe the thought patterns that you have in you, and instead of being like, I resent men or I hate men, you know, which is a bit more extreme, you go like, I love men, and you put that at the core, at the center of your dialogue. And of course, you know, you can reverse, you can be, I love human beings, I love females, I love women. You know, you can put that at the center of dialogue. But if you have a challenge with men right now, that you have been frustrated or abused or things happen in your life, you go back to recentering that dialogue, that course, and that discourse. And from that place, you will see that magic is going to start rising in your field. So, you know, forgive me if I challenge you a little bit here with this video. I know that this is a controversial topic, and you know, I'm opening myself or opening the space here for dialogue and conversation. Please respect each other, okay? If you go that way. This is really the intention here, is so that we can start rising our frequency. And if you're a woman and you come into my field and you tell me, you know, we are so much more evolved because we have been doing the work, okay? Maybe you have been exploring your feelings and tapping into your inner child a little bit more than men have. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe you have been tuning into your feminine energy and diving more into your the secretness of your sexuality, or God knows what. You know, maybe you have. It's possible. But think about the things that men have been doing in the meantime that you haven't. You know, it's possible that there are certain areas in the field of male kind that are a little bit behind the feminine. But that doesn't create like this range of discrimination. There is a certain area here where males could perform a little bit better. It's possible. Maybe women are better at tapping into presence with their feelings. It's possible. I don't know. I know that the guys in my field over here, they're all very good at this. And you might say, well, you're in the land of Ubudiyya in Bali. Everybody, you know, is doing this stuff. It's possible, you know, if you go to some place in central US, or, you know, in isolated, remote places where, you know, spiritual and consciousness exploration is not part of the story, it's possible that there are certain areas on this planet where, you know, people need a little boost. It's possible. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we are absolutely equal on all levels. But think about that. If you show up with a certain quality, what would be another quality that men are actually accessing? And if you go like, wow, men should practice that a little bit more. Yes, sure. Start teaching them, start educating them. But not in a blaming way. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Men need to hear more about that. For instance, start recording video, post it, create a course, do something about it, talk about it with your male friends, and be like, look, I'm facing this challenge because I feel that when I'm speaking to you, it feels like you are getting distracted systematically, and it's difficult to establish a conversation. Do you recognize that? You know, for instance, that might be a way to engage a conversation. But basically, yeah, the fact that a male in your life, in your field, did something that was nasty or hurtful or immature, okay? Don't blame the totality of male kind. It hurts. It hurts because most men that I know, they fucking care, you know? They fucking care. They fucking love the feminine more than you can imagine. All they want is to be in this field of romantic, beautiful love, energy, and have that reciprocated in all possible directions. And so, let's join forces. Let's work together. Let's play on that. But let's upgrade a little bit here. Okay? I think we are ready for a bigger story. Let's make it happen. I love you.